All right, yo, what is going on, everybody? This is Mr. Exquisite Nugget. We're rocking the Minnesota Lynx Collier jersey. And speaking of Minnesota, big news, breaking news. Karl Anthony Towns from the Minnesota Timberwolves is officially traded to the New York Knicks for Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo, however the fuck you pronounce his name, right? Excuse my language. This will be a bit of a more extreme episode with 3 X's because, got to make that happen. Anyways, guys, so we will be going into detail about how the Minnesota Timberwolves, I think, made it just a lot harder because, one, Karl Anthony Towns' height and spacing and, of course, length will be missed. It's just the simple fact that Minnesota's kind of gotten worse right now, and I don't see them getting any better if they were to go against the Denver Nuggets or Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City is the biggest threat, mainly because of both SGA, Chet Holmgren, and the simple fact that the Oklahoma City Thunder were the 1 seed, only by the tiebreaker, but, it was a tie record. The Nuggets could have secured that 1 seed, so we shall see how everything unfolds come this 2024-2025 upcoming season. Now, for the big news, the Denver Nuggets with Russell Westbrook, I got to get his jersey. I got to get that as a gift. I know I will. And Jamal Murray looked like they were sharing some smiles, having some fun for the Blue Arrow. And, of course, Westbrook just, getting good vibes. Hopefully that the vibes man himself, Westbrook, will bring some great positive energy, much needed hustle and speed, everything to push up the pace. Hopefully still shoot some threes and improve his jump shot. But the Denver Nuggets right now are looking pretty big in terms of advantages because, Russell Westbrook can create a lot of problems for the opposing team. If he starts, if he's coming off the bench, just depends on what will happen, or if Jamal's injured, God forbid, knock on wood. So seeing that as to how this will translate into the NBA season will be very huge because matchups with guards, people going against Westbrook and the whole nine, the Denver Nuggets are scary, and I think that this is another championship year, so they will be prepared. Quoting from Jamal Murray, they were asked him if he was feeling any pain or any sort of way, particularly after the Olympic break heading into this, or if there's any sort of issue. No, there's not. Quote what he said, feels good. And that's probably a problem since most people were thinking he's quote-unquote dismissive. I called him dismissive, or the simple fact he is cancerous to this team in some ways, just because my cousin Corey, who I talked to him today, texted him. I really relayed this, and I'll get this out of the way right now. Jamal Murray is an asshole sometimes, guys. He can be a real straight-up prick. Literally a jabbermouth little fucking prick, excuse me. But the fact of the matter is that this guy, he helped us win the chip. Corey, if you're watching this, don't hate me when I say it, but Jamal Murray has a terrible-ass attitude. He's just one of those guys you probably can't stand if you're trying to have a decent conversation, or the simple fact he'll brush it off and just, be nonchalant, or, like I said, dismissive is the word of him. So he's uninterested. The fact of media day doesn't really surprise him or Jokic. I'll get to him in a bit in this next segment. Jamal Murray, though, when you get paid $200+ million, you think that you would be a little more excited, a little more grateful, a little more cordial. Well, he was cordial. Let's just say a little more enthusiastic during these media days. But unfortunately, he hasn't shown that. And I think the problem is that, he has a chip on his shoulder ever since the Minnesota series back in both May of this year and the Canada Olympics. So, unfortunately, I think we're just seeing that side of Jamal where he's a competitor. It's just like with LeBron or Anthony Davis, where my girl Liv Moods told me. But it does feel disappointing to see how Jamal doesn't really seem to mind he doesn't mind the business in terms of, at least putting on a smile. I saw him, he had a little bit of glimpses of where he looked happy or unbothered, but it's like everybody here wants to hear all these, like, business or very longer driven answers that everybody wants to expect from either Aaron Gordon, MPJ, Peyton Watson, Christian Brown, Michael Malone, the whole nine. So just piggybacking off of that, it doesn't really seem to be a good look for Jamal, but hey, if it's him, it's him. He's only a couple years older than me, so I can understand that. As for the next scenario, we have Jokic, who is growing the goatee, the beard. And I think it's a little bit of a bad look. I like young Jokic because he's almost 30 and he's trying to look very fresh. Dude. And I know that guy was fucking weird. Seriously, what I was saying, though, is that I think Jokic right now, this is the peak of his prime. The meaning of so many years ahead, probably 4 or 5 years left. And hopefully Jokic will stay a Nugget for life. I know he will be. I even asked Ryan Blackburn, some other people like DMVR, Guerrilla Sports, how they feel about it. Your boy's also got a special day this Sunday, so I'll be going live for that. And I just think right now, if we're going to take this seriously, Jokic is surrounded by talent. We need to utilize them properly, which Malone will do. And we just need to play the right game. Whatever role is asked from even from Westbrook, he said the right things. You've got Christian Brown, who's hopefully the starter. Hayden Watson is going to be getting some great minutes and great chemistry and being mentored by Westbrook, UCLA alum. Nice. So that'll be very beautiful to see. And then, of course, we got guys like Hunter Tyson or other guys off the bench like Sharich, who will be asked to step up. So stay tuned on that, guys. It's really loud here in the sports book. So other than that, guys, this will be a quicker episode too. For the Minnesota Lynx, they are playing the Connecticut Sun come Sunday, 2 versus 3. Should be an interesting, tight Knicks series. Hopefully it goes to 5 games. We'll see if it goes to 4. I got the Lynx winning it all. And then you got the Aces versus the Liberty, a real great rivalry brewing up since last year. So we shall definitely see how that unfolds. I think it'll be the Liberty taking it 3-1. Maybe the Aces will get one unless they get swept. So I think the Liberty will manage pretty well from, of course, Sabrina Ionescu, Breanna Stewart, Thebich, Lainey Hamilton. They got a great list of players on that team. Jonquel Jones, everybody on the Liberty is pretty great. But I still think Visa Collier, Courtney Williams, Tisha Heidemann, Aisha Hines-Allen, like the simple fact of the matter is that Minnesota Lynx have been dominant all season, especially after the post-Olympic break. And with shooters like Bridget Carlton, Alana Smith, they make it very difficult for the whole team to, be managed or be covered. So coming into that for the WNBA come Sunday will be a wild turn of events if something were to happen. I definitely think Minnesota will come out on top, as they should. So other than that, guys, this is the Exquisite Nugget signing off. I'm about to go get me some ice cream. It's been a fun episode. I actually got my mic here. I was originally going to use it, but I think I'll wait till I get home to use this. So stay tuned for more content. I've got a ring light, a lot more special things coming, guys. Be safe. Have a great time. And as always, go Lynx.